Wanted to talk to you a little bit about some Mahi Mahi tips for the Gulf of Mexico. In our area, Mahi Mahi, you can target them while you're trolling, but they're not super common. So typically, unlike the Atlantic, we're not gonna target Mahi Mahi. Mahi Mahi or dolphin fish are gonna be more of a bycatch species. When we're out there bottom fishing, we're cruising along and we see a weed line with Mahi Mahi on it, or we're sitting there bottom fishing, we're catching a bunch of fish and they swim up that chum line. That's when we're gonna find the Mahi Mahi. And typically you're just gonna see them flash, and it's similar to cobia or any other pelagic fish. When you see them swim up your chum line, first step is run into that bait table, grabbing a handful of those sardine or threadfin tails that you've been cutting off and throw a handful of them in the water. That's gonna keep them around the boat. And then as they're around the boat, you can pick them off with lures like this, simply casting out there. One of my favorite go-to setups for the Mahi Mahi is surprisingly these gotcha plugs. These gotcha plugs work very well for Mahi Mahi because they have good casting distance. They have that treble hook that's gonna hook that fish and not let them go. And it seems to have a lot of good effect on it. Also, the Mahi Mahi love these little bucktails. These small little yellowtail sized bucktail jigs work really well for Mahi Mahi. We also catch them on the docks jig style jigs, these little banana jigs. You can work those across the top of the water. The thing about the chicken dolphin when we spot them is they're going fast. They want to hit something that's fast. That's why those gotcha plugs work so well. I also catch a lot of them on these spro jigs too. Spro jigs, basically any type of bucktail that you're able to cast out there, get a good long distance cast and work that lure back to the boat fairly quickly. That's why I like the gotcha plug. You can cast way out. You've got a lot of casting distance. You can work it back very quickly and those Mahi will come up and slam it. Now the trick to Mahi in our coast, especially when you're bottom fishing and they just happen to show up, is you gotta keep one of them in the water. If you hook a chicken dolphin and you keep that fish on the hook with the rod and the rod holder close to the boat, the rest of the school of chicken dolphin are gonna hang out around their buddy that's hooked up. And then you hook another one, leave that one in the rod holder and take that first fish out of the water and bring it in the boat. If you don't screw up that process, that school of fish will hang around you for quite a long time. So again, you spot a dolphin, you throw the chum, keep the school around you until you hook one of them. Once you hook one of them, leave that fish hooked in the water with the rod and a rod holder, catch another one, take that first one out of the water, leave that second one in the rod holder till you catch a third. Take that second one out of the water, leave that third one in the water, and so on and so forth until you caught your fill. Chicken dolphin are an awesome, exciting addition to any offshore fishing trip, especially in the summertime. They're typically late April, early May. We'll see them all the way through the month of September into October. But primarily they're a late spring to early fall fish in our area and throughout most of the Gulf Coast, whether that's Texas, Louisiana, all those areas, but it's more common in the southern Gulf. Not so common in the northern Gulf, but you never know. Those water temperatures, those water temperature gradients can go very far north. But in our area, typically of summertime species, they like that hotter tropical style water. Besides pitch baiting them, you can catch them trolling with some of these trolling skirts we're gonna walk by on the wall. One of my favorite trolling skirts for Mahi Mahi are dredges. And a dredge is just simply multiple lures in a row with that back one having the lure or the hook on it. And I catch a lot of Mahi Mahi on my dredge that's actually Mahi Mahi colored. And that last one, it's little squids, and that last squid, there's 4 in a row, and that last squid has the hook. And that's actually what I've caught my biggest Mahi Mahi on. But you can catch a lot of Mahis trolling these smaller skirted plugs. A lot of these smaller ones, especially the ones out on the outriggers, are gonna be what you see those Mahi on because they're gonna be feeding right on the surface. So Don't want to work it too far under the water. If you're going to be trolling for mahi, you want it right on the surface or just under the surface. They love the bubble jets on the riggers, or they love the lead heads just skipping above the water or right on the surface of the water. And then that's for the bull dolphins. You're not going to catch a chicken dolphin trolling. You're going to catch those bigger bulls, 15, 20, 30, 40-pound dolphin. And then those chicken dolphin are what you're going to catch when you're bottom fishing and you see that school move up. And there might be a bull dolphin mixed into that school as well. And occasionally you'll see a big bull or a group of bigger dolphins come up to the boat. But generally, when you're out there bottom fishing and you see mahi come up, typically they're chicken dolphin, anywhere from 10 to about maybe 15 inches at the largest. So keep your eyes peeled, look for that telltale blue, neon blue or neon green flash, and get ready with the chum. And remember, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too busy.